We've talked a lot about our newest LEQ, how did turmoil end the Roman Empire. As you can see, we've filled in a lot of notes. We've looked at 4 different major causes behind the fall of Rome. We've taken some details with it and we've used them in different ways. But there's more to understanding a topic than just gathering facts. You know, we need to think about the fall of Rome and about what it can teach us. And oftentimes the best way to really make us think and make us look at our ideas is to write about them. So we're going to complete a little writing activity on the fall of Rome. I wanted to give you some advice and some help, and so I created this screencast that you can use as you prepare your pre-write and you write your paragraph. Now, like any good start of a pre-write, you need to start by thinking of your topic sentence. Remember, every topic sentence should have 2 important pieces. It should restate the prompt, right, which is our LEQ, and it should express a clear main idea. But don't let anyone lie to you. There are good topic sentences and there are bad topic sentences. And then there are the really bad. A lot of students tend to go with the bomb style of topic sentence, and they sit and they create a topic sentence like this. Now, the first problem says 3 reasons I think turmoil ended the Roman Empire are economics, because too many Romans were losing their farms and going to the cities. And what they do is they start writing down facts before they ever get to their main idea. First, we don't need I think. We know you think it. It's your writing. Second, when you say 3 reasons turmoil ended the Roman Empire are, we only have 1 here, economics. Then they start talking about specific details before they ever give their other ideas. This belongs in the body of the writing. Make sure you leave it out of your topic sentence where we should focus on the main idea. Now, a better topic sentence, but still not good, follows the simple formula of turning this straight into a sentence. Question, sentence. The problem is this doesn't give any kind of hint as to what the main idea is going to be. So to try and give us that, here's an example of a strong topic sentence. The Roman Empire's inability to fix ongoing problems led to turmoil in the end of the Roman Empire. Here's their main idea, so we know the rest of the passage, the rest of this person's writing, is going to be about ongoing problems the Romans didn't fix. It's getting us more specific than just saying problems. We're talking about an actual idea. This portion of your graphic organizer focuses on the body. As you can see, we're going to be looking at 2 reasons in this writing. Now, the key is to remember that there's a difference between big idea reasons and small supporting facts. There's 2 ways you can do it. You can do the easy path, where you're just using subheadings from your passage, or you can try and go through the optional challenge, right, where you're going to synthesize reasons. If you're going to take the straightforward path, all you would do is look at your prayer and go back, find one of the subheadings. Maybe you think inflation is a really important idea, which is part of the economics category. And so you would write that down. You'd find a couple of supporting facts that help explain that. For example, an end of conquest led to a rise in prices, and that resulted in the Romans having to make more coins that were worth less. Or you could try and combine some things together. So in a lot of our ideas in economics, it talked about how slavery was a really big problem. And so we could say slavery led to other economic problems. And then what you do is your supporting facts are now based on different subheadings. So one was inferior technology, and here's an idea about that. And one was unemployment, and here's an idea about that. What you're doing here is you're combining, you're finding patterns, okay? And patterns are much more useful in putting ideas together, right? Which is why this is a little bit of a challenge, as I said, trying to step up our game a little bit. The last step and the hardest step is the conclusion, because what we're trying to do is show a connection. And in particular, we're showing a connection between the past and the present. You're creating a bridge from one set of ideas to the other. If all we are doing about is learning about things that happened 1,500 years ago, it doesn't make much sense to spend time learning about it. We need to be able to think how it applies to us today. So what you're going to do is start with a really general statement. You're just kind of throwing it out there that Rome and America might have some things in common. There's a lot of ways you could say that, but one example is just that many people think America is suffering from the same problems the Romans did 1,500 years ago. That's kind of complicated. You can make it similar, but you're basically just saying that the two civilizations have something in common. From there, we can take the next step. The idea is that you're going to take one step at a time with your audience so you keep them with you. From here, we give a specific example. What's one thing we looked at in our notes that shows that this might be true? We talked about a few things in class. We looked at the Walmart example, the inflation example. We looked at ways in which people in cities where there's too much crime can cause big problems. I chose to write about the Walmart example. Remember, the large estates in Rome who ran off the small farmers might be similar to Walmart closing small businesses. Again, though, we want our audiences to think or act differently based on what they read. So we gave them facts about the past. We talked that it connected to the present. We gave an example of how. Now we want to tell them what they should do. We want them to read this and change. That's our goal, that we want to make people different based on what we read. So I said America needs to realize that jobs are changing and that cultures who do not react can quickly find themselves in collapse. Once you have your graphic organizer all the way filled out, you can start writing your actual passage. Pay attention to a few things in here. If you follow your graphic organizer, this should be very straightforward. Okay? We talked about how we need it to be based on the prompt. We talked about the main idea. With this piece, just make sure you're keeping it on a level for other 7th graders, right? And that we're informing. Here we should have items from the Frayer, specific detail, and make sure you're explaining things. I don't want to see just what's on the page. This is the 3 steps of our conclusion, so if you have all 3 boxes filled in, you should have them there. Transitions are going to be important, but don't use also. We know how much that can start to bother Mr. Angelini. Try and use vocabulary, and remember, no you, no I. Those words need to stay out of your paper. Keep it past tense. Good luck.